What up? Welcome back. And welcome to my new house. Isn't it beautiful? I've got a bed. I've got my new mode of transportation. And a couple lawnmowers. No, I'm in the shed because, well, it got warm out. And, got a freaking cow pasture growing in my backyard now. So I need to mow the grass today, which I'm not really excited about. Not a big fan of cutting the grass, even though in my yard it's like tiny, but what do you do? Gotta get it done. So I'll mow my grass and then we're gonna get after it on the car again because I had some more parts show up. I gotta build some parts today and we've got to maybe get off this board before I break it. Yeah, but I'm gonna get this stupid lawn mowed and then we're gonna go inside the garage and try to get this car one step closer to going to the track in like 3 weeks now. So yeah, time to cut some grass. Well, shit. I can hear the neighbor across the street mowing the lawn. I assumed it was probably dry enough to cut because I think it rained last night, but no. It's still super wet, and yeah, the mower's just getting plugged up and being annoying. So back in the garage I go. Ah, yes, it's nice. Way nicer in here. Ooh, monster. It tastes great. So, I've got something showing up today in the mail, which I'm waiting on, to build a bracket for that radiator. Yeah, I have an idea, but I kind of want to wait for the parts to get here before we do that, because I can explain it all at one time, and we're not just jumping back and forth. The other thing I do need to do today, though, is install these bad boys. So we got the Aerocatch hood pins came in, so gotta put those on the car, which means that I'll have to probably cut the hood somewhere up in here. I'm assuming that's where it touches what the old bump stop deal. So I'll have to cut here, cut this out, put in the hood pins on each side. Well, hood pins go down here, latches go up here, and yeah, get those things in. And then I'm gonna redo these bolts and see if I can get this fitment right on the headlights, because this is trash and I don't like it. And then this needs to do some of this too. Get this thing mounted somehow and get I don't know, we'll come up with something today. This needs to be tightened in, but other than those few things, I don't know that I don't know what else I'm doing today other than that, but those two things are going to take a minute. So these are hood pins will take a minute. The bracket idea I have, the radiator shouldn't be too bad, so just a matter of when my mailman decides to bring me my Amazon order. So yeah, I don't know, worst case scenario, maybe take that thing for a drive and go do a burnout somewhere. Maybe not, I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna start with these hood pins, I guess. Get these things knocked out, and yeah. Okay guys, so went ahead, I'm gonna put the pins in temporarily. I mean, they're not set yet, but put them in. I took my red paint marker, I shoved some paint on there, and then close the hood. So I've got my marks here where the hood pins should go through the hood roughly, and then I went ahead and just threw some tape on the hood. So now my next plan, tape this. Just tape the exhaust off because I'm going to be cutting and stuff. I don't need metal shavings flying down the exhaust. So I just kind of taped that up for now. I thought about pulling the whole hood off, but I thought that was kind of, it might be a little excessive. I don't think I need to pull the whole hood. Plus, you know, it's got the stupid Allen bolts in there, and yeah, spacers. And if you guys remember when I put those dang spacers in, it was a pain in the ass. So I really don't feel like pulling them out. So for now, they're gonna stay in, and I'm gonna try to do this with the hood still on. So I'm gonna go ahead, grab a drill some holes, and then try to figure out where these latches are supposed to sit. Nothing like drilling holes in your hood. So much fun. Seriously? Fucking battery's dead. Should put GoPro on this thing. Okay guys, so I've got my holes drilled, my pins coming through. Now I'm just gonna put some cotter pins in here and call it a day. Wouldn't that be something? Just bolt them in, put cotter pins in there, and just be like, yeah, that's good. I mean, technically it would work. You could just put normal, not cotter pins, but normal, yeah, what are those things called? Yeah, I'm drawing a blank. Whatever, the pins with the circle ring, you could just shove those in there and it would hold the hood down. But we're gonna finish it. I think the next thing I need to do is take my latch here, figure out how I want this sitting. I mean, you know, I thought about going sideways, I thought about going this way, and I thought about going upside down. Go like that. But no, I think the way to do it here is probably have them angled with the body line. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I'll have to move the pin because it's not perfect right now, but I think that's the way I'm going to do it. Set this one up here. So basically it looks something like so. And yeah, let's try to get it right, the same on each side. Like I said, I think I'm gonna follow the body line, so I think I'm gonna have to turn these a little bit, and then after that I'll trace around the body down here, and then I can grab my Dremel and cut out the rest of the hood. And then we can line everything up, get these on. And I might have to cut out the bottom side of the hood too. Not quite sure yet. More than likely I will have to. I don't think there's enough room for this to sit down in the hood without obstructing anything. So I'll probably have to cut out the bottom as well. But for now, I mean, we're halfway there. Now it's just a bunch of cutting and hoping I don't mess anything up. guys, so we got them marked, probably as close as I'm gonna get it, you know. I don't know. I tried to measure perfectly, and they're close enough. I ain't no perfectionist. But, you know, I don't know. I feel like they're pretty much the same on both sides, so I'm just gonna send it, because the more I measure, the more my head hurts. So, yeah, I got the Dremel out. I'm gonna put a cutting disc on that and cut these out, and then find out if we have to cut the inner part of the hood, and then we can slap those things inside and hopefully get closer to having this part of today's video done. Okay, I lied. I pulled the hood. Okay, well, that took some freaking time. Took the hood off. Got the bottom of it all cut out on both sides here. That told me flipping this thing back over. Then the holes weren't quite big enough, so then I had to take a deburr tool and go around it, and that was a pain in the ass. But now, maybe I'm full of shit. Come on, it was just in there. There we go. It fits both sides. Boom. So now drill some holes, put the mounting plate underneath, mount these bad boys, and then I gotta get the hood back on the damn car. Then we can move on to something else. Well, I guess after we make sure the pins actually work.
2 very boring minutes later.
So I finally got the hood back on. It's a pain in the ass. I think most of this was kind of a pain in the ass. It was a lot more work than I thought it was going to be to put this stupid thing on. Whoa, I got a phone call coming in? Cool. Okay, guys, so I had a phone call. It's some friends calling me that were in town and haven't seen them in a long time. So ran off, had dinner with them, got to catch up, and it was good to catch up. It's been a hot minute. So anyways, back to these hood pins. Got the hood back on. Pain in the ass. But now these are giving me a headache. So pins themselves. This side lines up well. This side not so much. As you can see, the pin's not in there. I'm thinking, since it doesn't want to line up perfect unless I shimmy the hood around, and then I can get it to lock in, which isn't going to do me any good when just trying to shut the hood, and I'm not going to fight it every time. So I'm thinking I take this unibit here and see if I can open this hole up a little bit more, and if I can, then it'll give me a little bit more adjustment. It just needs to move over to the left, I don't know, 1/8 inch or so, if that, maybe a 1/16 of an inch. I mean, it's not much, it just needs to go over a little bit. So if I can get a little bit out of it, be able to slide that pin over, it should shut fine, and then I can get everything tightened down and move on, because mailman did show up and I have parts now to fix that radiator stay, or build a radiator stay, I should say. I got an idea in my head, and hopefully it works. We'll find out if I can ever get done with these hood pins. But yeah, I'm gonna go and see if this thing, I think this might be dull, so and this is stainless, so I don't know how well this is gonna work, but we're gonna try it. Those are are in. All the bump stops on. Bump stop. Latch. Everything works. Drop this down. All's in there. Boom. There's that. A little tight, but it closes. Secure. Should really raise my up pipes one of these days. But boom. Boom. And hood opens. So that part's done. Now I'm going to try to build this thing. This should hopefully not take all night. It's going to be a pretty simple concept, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do right now. If you guys watched the last video, you know I talked about buying aluminum and building my own bracket, right? So I actually have a piece of aluminum somewhere. Oh, right here. So I got this chunk of aluminum, and as you can see, I already drew on it. Aha. So here's the factory one. So basically, I set this thing on here. I went all the way to the top just to make this part, I don't know. I didn't feel like doing a lot of cutting, but set that there, and then I figured, well, I'm just going to extend it out because this, is already almost to the bar. So I figure if I extend this out a little bit further, that was my first mark, and then I'm like, no, it's not far enough, because my plan is to be able to put 2 bolt holes in here, and then I've got this fancy Amazon order here, U-bolts. So the thought is then to have, I almost put that the wrong way, but have a U-bolt basically go through the hole and through, and hey, that fell right on my X. Maybe I know what I'm doing. Anyways, to go right through the entire bracket, and then this goes right on the bar, and then you just put the piece of steel underneath and it'll hold it in place. Not bad for an idea I came up with sitting at my desk at work. I just started drawing on a post-it note, and I was like, I got an idea and I don't know if it's gonna work, and I started drawing it, and then I ordered the U-bolt and I put the U-bolt on there, and I'm like, think this might work. We still don't actually know. I gotta cut this piece of aluminum out, and then I gotta try to get the bends in there so that this will sit correct, because technically the radiator is higher than the bar. So gotta get the bends in there right, which if I had a brake would be easy, but I don't have a brake, so I'm gonna be using a vise, and we're gonna see if we can just make it happen. It's 2 bends in aluminum. It can't be that difficult, I wouldn't think. So I don't know, I'm gonna try to build this thing. We're gonna cut it out with a jigsaw, I guess, and my piece of foam here, and I don't know, we'll see if we can build a radiator, say. so I know it looks a little ghetto, but, well, we're not touching the fan, but we're really close to it. It was actually better when I had zip ties on it. Being honest. I don't know. Really close. Really close, but it's not touching. I don't know. I mean, it works. That was the concept. That was the idea. I mean, it does work. Kind of looks like shit, but it works. I mean, I could paint. Obviously, I'd paint it. Take the rubber grommet back out, paint it, so it doesn't look like absolutely shit. But, I mean, I don't know. It might work until at least I can have somebody take a freaking bracket on here. But I don't know. Pretty tight. Oh, maybe I should just rock the zip ties. I don't know. Put it down below what you think. Alright guys, so it got dark on me. Go figure, but I mean, it works. It's kind of ghetto, but it works. I took it back off because obviously I want to paint it, and I think I'm going to clean up all of the edges. I'm going to smooth it out. Take it to a sander, sand it down, clean it up, paint it, tripping on things again. Clean it, paint it, and I'm just going to put it on the car because it works. I mean, like I said, it's not beautiful by any means. It's not the most, probably not the best option I could have done, but it does the job, so, you know, whatever. So, I mean, it'll sit there, it'll hold the radiator in place, and that's its intended purpose. It'll work to go make a pass. I was looking at this thing. Obviously, I ran out of time to even do anything with this today, but I like grabbed the air cooler, you know, piping. This thing ain't going anywhere. So I think what I'm going to do is I have this bracket that I built for the old core support. And, you know, obviously, if I could just weld the tab here, it'd be great because I can just bolt it. But I think for now, just to go to the track and make a pass, I'm just going to run zip ties through here and around this on both sides. I'm just going to zip tie it. Screw it. It ain't going to go anywhere. We'll address it later. I'm moving on. But yeah, take this with me. Or take this off, get it painted, clean it up, make it look pretty, put it back on here. Show you guys that in the next video when it's all nice and pretty. Zip tie that, got our hood pins in, and they work. So that's all I got in this one. Hopefully it was entertaining. Hopefully it wasn't boring. Having another bottle of Kool-Aid and just kind of hanging out. Like I said, it got dark outside and I don't have a whole lot left to do tonight. So, yeah. Anyways, 3 weeks on the track and I'm nervous and excited all at the same time. And I'm really hoping this thing can actually go the quarter mile without issues. One time. Just give me one good pass so we can see what this thing can do. That's all I'm asking. But anyways, pretty much I still have some more maintenance and things that need to be done. Just small little things to button up before we go to the track. So between now and the track, there'll probably be another video or two. But anyways, watch out for those. Hope you guys like this one. Drop a like, drop a comment. See you in the next one. Peace.
I've been dreaming on in my head like I've seen it. A life worth living is a life with meaning. I'll do what I love till my heart